Hi and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are continuing Dark Season 3. This is episode 2 titled Die Überlebenden or The Survivors. And we started, just started watching and of course watched the first episode, Deja Vu, where a lot of familiar stuff but then a lot of new stuff as well, because this is a whole different dimension, mirror dimension. We have a lot of questions. Once again, don't really know what's going on with a lot of the stuff, especially these three people going around, very intense people who's obviously the same person, just different ages. And so back to business as usual with Dark. Just a whole lot of confusion, but it's such a good show. So unless you have anything you want to say? Nope. Alrighty, then we're just going to jump into it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions for Dark and all the other shows that we're doing on our Patreon page. The link is down in the description below. Here we go. Back to Jonas and Marta. Wait. So this is, what was it, 1888? Okay. Bartosz. And they're all there.
Du lebst.
It's not the Marta you remember.
Ich habe versprochen, das alles wieder gut zu machen. Dass das alles nicht passiert. Dass ihr nicht sterbt in meiner Welt und ich nicht sterbe in eurer. Dass ihr alle zurückkommen. Dass das alles endlich ein Ende hat.
Okay, so I think everything we're seeing, it really just supports the theory that Marta in that dimension is pretty much the Jonas of our dimension, or like the dimension that we are used to, especially with some of the flashes that they showed us there. It almost looked like she maybe, I don't know, saw Jonas, or maybe it's this, what was his name, Killian guy die, and he died in her arms. So yeah, same as so many questions.
Wenn Sie die offenen Rechnungen nicht begleichen, müssen wir den Anschluss zum nächsten Monat kappen. Bitte melden Sie sich umgehend zurück. Ja.
Okay, so that's how she got in.
Sag ihm, wo du warst, als Mats verschwunden ist.
No more for you.
Gefickt hat er sie. Während mein Sohn verschwunden ist, hat er Claudia Tiedemann gevögelt. Wenn du nur genauso viel Energie darauf verschwenden würdest, deinen eigenen Sohn wieder zu finden, wie du dafür verschwendest, deine Geliebte zu finden, dann wäre Mats jetzt vielleicht wieder da.
Keine Ahnung, wovon du redest.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Keine Ahnung, wovon du redest.
So yeah, of course, she disappeared after, everything we saw last season. No idea she had an affair with Herr Nielsen.
Oh, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Sorry, just must have forgotten. There are a lot of details in this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Eine französische Forschergruppe hält es für möglich, dass am 27. Juni unsere Welt für den Nanobruchteil einer Sekunde stillgestanden hat. Als Folge könnten die Gezeitenkräfte auseinandergelaufen sein, sowie die gleichzeitige Unterbrechung der Stromversorgung der Kernkraftwerke weltweit. Derweil ist eine Stabilisierung der Lage nicht.
We don't usually hear about, the rest of the world that much. So. Oh.
Wie geht es dir? Mama. Ich bin zurück, bevor die Sonne untergeht.
Whoa.
Wir evakuieren das gesamte Gebiet. Wir haben angeordnet, die Sperrzone zu versiegeln.
Zu versiegen?
Einzumauern.
that's how the walls. Like yeah, we've seen those around the power plant. Who's following them?
Du kommst aus einer Parallelwelt.
In der Mikkel nicht verschwindet.
Ich stumm bin.
Und Jonas nicht existiert.
Woher wusstest du, wo wir sind?
Jonas hat es mir gesagt.
Du lügst. Ich war nie in deiner Welt.
Well, broke the cycle then.
Hat Adam dich geschickt? Womit bist du gereist? Ich will wissen, womit du gereist bist!
Ja, Besuch.
Who this?
Die Leute erzählen zwar, ich sei nicht ganz klar im Kopf, aber ich versichere ihnen, dass ich mehr sehe als die Sehenden unter uns.
Vielleicht hat Urin jetzt doch geholt.
Was für ein Irrer.
Fass mich nicht an, du Pestbeule.
Ich dachte, du wolltest heute nicht kommen.
Die Alte tickt nicht mehr ganz richtig. Komm.
Wow.
Aus der Klapse ist diesen Sommer einer ausgebrochen. Hat versucht, Michael mit in die Höhle zu schleppen. Stand in der Zeitung.
Du lässt deine Finger von Mikkel. Und von Ulrich.
She does not like Hannah one bit. Not even as a child. Oh, that's... Okay, yeah.
Das Jugendamt kennt den Aufenthaltsort von Ines und Michael Kahnwald. Nach dem, was im Sommer passiert ist, hielt man es für das Beste, dem Jungen eine Auszeit zu geben. Und ihr Irrer ist zurück in der geschlossenen. Wenn ich sie noch einmal hier sehe, nehme ich sie in Schutzgewahrsam.
Wie ist denn sein Name?
Leben Sie wohl.
Wie heißt denn der Mann?
Yeah. He's starting to realize who it might be. Or, you know, who it is.
Seltsam, ja. Sieht aus wie Gretchen.
Glauben Sie, dass das Verschwinden von Mats und meiner Mutter, dass das was miteinander zu tun hat?
Also, wenn du irgendetwas brauchst.
Ah, shit. Poor girl. I was just about to say maybe you shouldn't split up. I was thinking that might be Noah.
Ich suche Nahrung. Und du?
They had to meet up and hook up at some point.
Yeah.
Was soll das? Ich hab dir gesagt, wir wollen nichts mit dir zu tun haben.
Du willst sie beschützen. Ich weiß. Das will ich auch. Und das werde ich, nachdem du getötet wurdest.
Oh. Damn, just outright telling him.
Yeah.
After you die, I'm gonna take care of your daughter.
Not even after you die, after you are killed.
Oh yeah. That's a, yeah, pretty important detail. Fuck, okay, so... That's coming.
Wollte nicht gehen. Es ist einfach so passiert. Der Apparat ist leer. Nicht so einfach in 1888 an einen nuklearen Brennstoff aus der Zukunft zu kommen.
Oh. Kind of stuck.
Was auch immer diese Frau für dich bedeutet, vergiss nicht, was wir erschaffen werden. Das Paradies. Jedes Unheil kann umgekehrt werden. Jeder Schmerz vernichtet, bevor er überhaupt entsteht. Eine perfekte Welt. Sigmundus Creatus est.
Oh. That's how that whole thing got started. And they inadvertently started it. Jonas, that's how he started it. Because they just got stuck there and needed to find a way to get back to the future maybe. And then involve this guy and... Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's just a... Just thought of it. But...
Ist seit 34 Jahren hier. Der Kommissar? Kenn ich sie irgendwoher? Sie kommt mir irgendwie bekannt vor.
Must be so hard. Just, oh, there's my mom.
Sind Sie mit ihm verwandt? Ist mein Mann. Verstehe. Sie sind eine von denen.
Yeah, the first one.
Frauen, die sich der Schutzheilige der Reisenden. Meine Mutter hatte auch so einen. Ich bin einen sehr weiten Weg gereist. Lassen Sie mich zu ihm. Bitte.
Just be careful they don't just lock you up in there as well.
Katharina. Ich hole dich raus. Versprochen.
How?
Entschuldigung.
Oh, fuck. It's that guy. Oh, really?
Die Hölle ist leer.
Oh, he's gonna fucking...
Alle Teufel sind hier.
Why? Why are they just killing off people? And she's pregnant as well. Fuck me, that's brutal.
Wow.
Whoa.
Claudia hat nie gesagt, wer der Vater ist.
Ich muss mich entscheiden.
And that's him saying, I choose you. Is it Tonda? It is.
Was machst du hier? Es tut mir so leid, aber es muss passieren.
Ich verstehe dich.
What?
Sie hat gesagt, dass es der einzige Weg ist, dich zu retten.
I thought maybe he was going to tell her, but we just found... Okay. So that's what happened when they touched, you know, that portal thing opened up. Yeah, that's a freaky thing to think about, like, they are both, you know, mom and daughter to each other, and Jesus. Shit. Oh, and he didn't even try to hide it. Or did he? Oh, I thought the pillow was still like over her head.
There's a whole lot of chairs.
Yep.
Was ist das hier?
Das hier ist eine Art Geheimloge. Der alte Thanos ist der Einzige, der von ihm übrig geblieben ist. Sein Vater war davon überzeugt, die Gesetze von Raum und Zeit außer Kraft setzen zu können. Er hat sein ganzes Leben in das hier investiert. Und sein Sohn nach ihm. Wer ist dieser Adam?
Er hat es euch nicht gesagt.
Yeah, he didn't tell you guys? What the?
Er ist Adam. Jonas.
Die Die Entscheidungen, die wir in dieser Welt treffen, sind andere. Und trotzdem
laufen sie auf den gleichen Moment zu. Die Apokalypse geschieht in meiner Welt genauso wie in deiner. In meiner allerdings bereits in 3 Tagen.
In 3 days. Shit. Whew. Oh. It's very, yeah, so much going on, and just keeping it all and trying to connect it to everything we know and trying to remember everything that happened, and wow, yeah. But anyways, that was episode 2. Jumping a lot more back and forth in time in our dimension, or the dimension that we know about, the world we know about, and then we kind of return to this mirror world thing in the end, and that's, yeah, I totally get now that, like, when we hear the clock thing, the ding, that's when we're jumping back and forward in time. But when we get that soon thing, like that weird effect it does, that's when we go to the other dimension, or like that's when we go back and forth between the worlds. But man, fuck, a lot went down. Some people died. Fuck, that was some brutal shit.
Yeah.
Those 3 roaming around, deciding to kill, you know, the assistant of Claudia, or I don't know if that's her actual job description or her title, but anyways, they just straight up murdered her and her baby, essentially. Then, because I'm pretty sure she was pregnant, right?
Yeah.
It looked like a pregnant stomach. If not, then I'm so sorry. But yeah, it doesn't lessen how, like, why that was really brutal. And once again, why? What are you guys doing? What's the end goal here?
Who are they?
Yeah, I would actually like to know that more than anything. It's just, who the hell are you guys? All 3 of you. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? But yeah, we're not going to get that answer like straight away or anytime soon, I'm feeling. But we did get to, you know, as I said, jump a bit more back and forth and see, because we didn't really get a lot of that in the first episode, like the immediate events like that followed the apocalypse that we saw, like the event, big thing that happened at the end of season 2. And I was really curious about that. And so yeah, we then got to see that a lot of people died, and you know,
well, essentially everybody died.
Yeah, everybody
except those 5 survivors.
Yeah, and then all of the people who are like the military and everybody who then moved into, like, I'm guessing they're not from Winden, like they got there afterwards, and trying to make sense of this whole thing that happened. Where we also got a little bit of a snippet of you know, the rest of the world. And you know, they are aware that, of course, this happened, and it originated most likely in Winden, and something about scientists believing it had, like, the world or the earth stood still for like 1 second or something, and that's how the tides and the weather and the whole electric thing, like why it's going out all over, like that's their theory, at least, is that's the reason why all of this happened. We know that it's not, that it has to do with you know, that God's eye thing and everything.
God particle?
Yeah, God particle, sorry, God's eye, that's another show. Yeah, that's another show. Yeah. But yeah, holy shit. And then we know, of course, that Noah and Elizabeth, they are going to, you know, get romantically intertwined at some point. And we're starting to see, like, the start of that here, where he kind of announced his presence and told her to go look in the cave. And she's not telling her dad that because... Yeah.
Because he's clearly afraid or doesn't trust Noah.
Yeah, and he's also being kind of secretive, maybe, like, about, like, for example, she was like, why are you carrying this book around with you? What's with this book? So maybe she's like not really trusting her dad right now, which is, yeah, that's a freaking shame. But we then also meet up with her in the future, where she is then again united with her mom, aka her daughter. And that whole thing, just wrapping one's head around that. Yeah, and I know I'm just listing off things that happened and events, but I'm just trying to make sense of it somehow, and trying to line up all of the events and all the puzzle pieces and everything. But it is difficult, and we are meant to be more or less confused at the start of each season, I'm thinking, or at least that's what happened in the previous seasons as well. But what do you want to dive into or highlight, or is it all just, you know, bouncing around in your head as well?
I think there was a lot of information, so it was not as clear-cut, I think, as is the last one.
No.
And we're just constantly being fed in small, but only small pieces of information, and it's very hard to kind of put the pieces together and form like a bigger picture.
Yeah, I'm thinking at least like one of the clues that they really wanted us to know and think about, and it was kind of a confirmation as well that, okay, so Tonda, he is the father of Regina, or
perhaps.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it pained him so much.
Unfortunately, the camera was in the way, so I didn't even.
Oh.
I didn't see what it said, and I couldn't make it out in German.
Oh, okay. Oh, I wish you had told me that you couldn't see the subtitles. All right, we'll fix that for the next one, obviously. Yeah, sorry.
And it was like that. Normally, I can you know,
guess.
I can guess the word or like see parts of it, and then I can, you know, definitely just make it through the whole thing and no real repercussions. But that specific word was completely blocked, and I couldn't make out what it was.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if what he said in that particular moment. I don't even know what the
All right, we'll do something different next time. Then we can change some stuff around and make sure that both of us can see like the entire lower part of the television and be able to see the subtitles, because we do need them, because we don't understand everything that they're saying. But anyway, he then went ahead in 2020, the older version of Tonda, he killed Regina because that was the only way to save her, or
that's what he said.
Yeah, and he was told this by Claudia?
No, but just a female person, but we didn't know, and we saw how Claudia reacted when she saw her.
Yeah, but it could have been, you know, like the older version of Claudia, who then knew that this had to happen for Regina to get saved, or like the younger version of me needed to lose Regina, or something. It had to happen. Shit, I don't know. We're gonna read up on some stuff, and maybe like read way more like summaries from like the last few seasons, like the last 2 seasons, and just really make sure that we remember every little detail, because it is important in this show in particular that you do keep, or you, like, try to remember as much as possible, and to make sense of everything that's going on and the events, and why people are doing what they're doing and what they're talking about all the time. But I do, like, as I said, I am also pretty sure that we are meant to be more or less confused at this point.
Of course, but that's what I said. We are being fed all these tiny pieces, and we're constantly being fed tiny pieces, and they're not necessarily fitting together right now. But as we get more and more of these small pieces, we can start to put them together and
yeah, just like we did in seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things from season 1 and 2 where we didn't have an answer, and there's a lot of things, well, we haven't gotten pretty much any answers, I feel like, and it's just like it's this puzzle piece is getting even bigger and bigger, and there's so much more to it, and
yeah, and this is the last season, so they're going to wrap it up in this one. We aren't expecting like them to tell us like this is how everything fits together and just down to the detail, but by the end of the season we should at least, you know, comprehend like the bigger picture and everything. But until then, we'll just have to pay attention and try to read up on some of the stuff that happened before to make sure that we remember and we're able to deduce what's happening now and every detail. And
I just noticed right here in the end where we saw older Martha and I was just about to say but yeah.
Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas. Younger Jonas. And they were looking at this like tree on the both sides, and we saw like this the infinity knot.
Yeah.
And she was explaining just how, well, even though these worlds are different, they're still pretty much the same, even though there's like small details off.
Yeah, but they're still connected, and things need to happen at the same time. But then something about the apocalypse happening like in 3 days
in her world,
but
yeah. But when we look up, or like when we zoom out a bit and we see the whole room, we see a picture of Adam and Eve.
Yes.
And that leads me to believe that, of course, well, if Jonas is Adam,
yeah,
then we will have Martha being Eva.
Yeah, exactly. Adam and Eve, or Adam und Eva.
I know this is like one of the theories that was circling the internet after season 2, and I think it's pretty much confirmed now that Martha is Eva.
Yeah, or maybe we'll get it confirmed in the next episode, because that is the title of the next episode is Adam und Eva. So yeah, they'll most likely delve into that whole thing, and there's a reason why they showed us this room at the end of this episode and that big ass painting of Adam and Eve on the wall, and it's very prominent
and
display.
They were the 2 original humans, if you at least believe in the Bible.
Yeah.
It was like the 2 original human beings.
Yes.
And what are those 2 creating? What are those 2? If you see like this, like the infinity loop, when they meet, you have Adam and you have Eva.
And together they create the loop.
Yeah, so it's just, I'm just curious as what do they create together? Like how are they originating everything?
Yeah, that's as I said, probably something that we'll get into in the next one. You talking about all that reminded me of some of the other stuff that also happened in this episode, and reminded me just to maybe while editing, just gonna pause that when I get to that scene and have a look at all of those names, and just just curious. And then one last thing that I wanted to get into was actually what's going on in 1888, because they're there now. They're kind of stuck. I mentioned something like I had a revelation or something while we were watching about how that whole thing fits together with Sigmundus Creatus Est. But then they told us, or Bartosz told us, or he told Martha and therefore us, that they've been doing this for a while. They've been trying to figure out time travel for a while, this guy and his family and everybody before him, or something like that. So they've had this place. It has been here for a long while. But the arrival of Jonas and the other travelers kind of kickstarted this whole project again, maybe. And Bartosz mentioned that Jonas is trying to put everything in place where he remembers it, both in that room, because he's been there before, but maybe also with the time machine and how all of it works. Because he was there and he traveled and he used that machine when Adam, or Jonas, sent him to the future back in season 2. So I just think that I was kind of right in assuming that them going to 88 is inadvertently, kickstarting the whole Sigmundus Creatus Est thing. But again, because it was there before, but now they have some real, they have something real to go after, and that guy, he now knows that, okay, time travel is possible. It's not just something that we've been trying to do for many, many years. And yeah, sorry, I have no idea if that makes any sense to you or to you guys out there, what I just said, but that's at least how I think it fits together.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yes, we will. I have not convinced you, I can hear. But
I honestly, my brain checked out, and I've been fighting off sleep during the episode, and it has nothing to do with the episode. It's just apparently I was just hit by a wave of extreme tiredness, like extreme fatigue.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's this. Of course, it's not the show. My brain has been scattered for some time. Fair enough. And I guess I just can't,
keep your thoughts straight right now.
No.
And yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.